from Kayla Crochet Love, and welcome to episode number 16. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome. It's always good to see you here. Also, I just want to mention, if you are looking for me anywhere else, Facebook, Ravelry, or Instagram, you can find me there at Kayla Crochet Love, and I will link that down below as usual. Hi everybody. So if you notice today, I'm in a little bit of a different space. There is a lot of changes going on around the house. Nothing bad, just a lot of changes, and I will tell you guys more about that later down the road. I don't know when, but I will tell you guys about that. I will tell you guys about that later. So today I'm in my bedroom because my craft room has become a room for throwing stuff that we don't know where to put right now. So yeah, so I'm in my bedroom. That's why the lighting's different. I'm right in front of a big window, and if you hear anything, it's because they're drilling in my backyard. So yes, so anyways, I am pretty tired with all this moving around stuff, so I will try and get through this without rambling. But anyways, so I don't have a whole heck of a lot to show you guys because of my craft room being kind of a disaster. I haven't been doing a whole lot. I've been doing a lot of really little things. So I will show you a couple things that I've made recently. So I also wanted to mention, so my last episode I showed you guys the primrose dishcloths, which I made more of. That's pretty much what I've been making. And I actually gifted those to my friend for her bridal shower. And I also made 2 towel toppers, so I don't have them to show you guys. But she really liked them, so that was good. But yeah, so I've been making a lot of dishcloths. I've found a pattern that I really like because it's like I said, the primrose one that I made before, and I really like the pattern. But I tried making up my own pattern. I wanted to do just a little corner to corner square dishcloth, but I don't know what happened. It came out all lopsided, so I must have I think what happened is my tension changed, because if you look down here, the squares look bigger than they do up here. But I didn't notice until I was about here, so I only had a little bit left, and I just figured I'm just using it as a dishcloth. I'm not gifting it to anyone. It was for me, so it doesn't really matter. And like my mom said, a lot of the time they get lopsided anyway. So I used Bernat Handicrafter cotton. The light might blow it out a bit here, but it's it has some flecks of green and blue and a little bit of yellow. Now I just have to mention, I mentioned before that I do not like Bernat Handicrafter cotton, but that being said, I was gifted some recently, which I'll show you the little skeins in a bit there, and I don't know if the stuff I was using was an older batch or something, because the labels were different too. So I don't know if they changed it a little bit or what, or if it's just because I wasn't used to working with cotton that I really didn't like it. But I actually don't mind it so much now. It's not as rough as I remember it feeling. It's still not as soft as the Estelle that I use, but it's not nearly as rough either. So I'm just trying to get a good light for you guys to see, but it's probably as good as you're gonna see. But yeah, I really didn't mind working with it, so that was good because I have a lot of that cotton. I believe I gave some away, but I had just been avoiding it because I didn't like working with it. But now that I've worked with it a little bit more, maybe I'll I will make a lot more dishcloths. So there's one dishcloth. Like I said, I made more primrose ones. So I made this one, so I had a little bit left over from here and from another Bernat Handicrafter cotton, so I made another primrose. This one I didn't put a little loop on because this is just going to be for at my house. So I just used the leftovers and made a little scrappy one. I really like these colors here. So I made that one. And then I had gotten, a few months ago, my mom and I had ordered the Mary Maxim mystery box thing, and it came with sugar and cream cotton. These ones were the twists. So it came with this. So this one was called Cottage Twist, and it's 150 yards, so that's a good amount. And I had gotten 3, and I used one to make a bag holder, like a plastic bag holder. And I was like, well, I don't know what I want to do with these 2, so I'll make some dishcloths. So I made one, and I like the way it worked up too. So I made another primrose, and this one I did put a little hang tab on. But yeah, I like the way the colors worked up. Just trying to get the colors close for you guys. So I made that one. And then, so I was making them, so the one I'm getting tongue-tied here. The ones I made with the Estelle suds I gifted to my friend. And I still had a little bit of the Estelle left. But not enough to make a whole dishcloth in each color. So I ended up doing the same pattern, just making them one row short, and I think they still turned out good. Again, these are just going to be for at home anyways. So there's not a huge difference. So if you compare it to this, it is a little bit smaller because there's one row missing, but it also doesn't help. They're different cottons, so they work up a little different sizes. So I made this purple. And this there was like, I had little tiny pieces left. I'll show you what I had left if I can find. So after doing one dishcloth and this, I had this much purple left. And I really recommend this cotton. It's so soft. Oh, my back hurts, sorry. And so I made a blue one with the leftovers. And after making this one and the bigger one, I had this much blue left. And then I made a pink one. And I had a little bit more pink left than the other colors. And I made it the same way, but this one turned out a little bit smaller too. But that's okay. So this is the pink one. I like this color, like a pink and white. I had this much left from the pink. So yeah, that's what I've been making. I like how fast they work up, but it's not a pattern that is mindless either. I mean, the first few rounds are, but then it changes, so you have to pay more attention. So, and I think with these ones, I also messed up the pattern. So that's why this one's a little bit smaller. I messed up the pattern on this one. So I did the increases. So I did the first 3 rows right. I did the 4th row wrong. But it doesn't matter. But then I found my mistake and I did the pink one properly. Or according to the pattern. And then yeah, these ones. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then my wonky. So that's what I've been making, and I plan on making more. But I have some projects or a project, sorry, I have something in my eye, I have to work on. Today is June 13th, and one of my best friends gets married in a month. And I started making her a little shrug because it's an outdoor wedding. And I wanted her to have something in case it gets cool at night. So I have to work on that. I have to do the sleeves. So I should really work on that probably later today or tonight. But yeah, that's something I have to set a priority. But I find with me, when it's a project I have to work on, I really don't want to work on it. I just want to do what I want to work on. So anyways, yeah, so I don't even have any works in progress to show you guys because I've just been making the dishcloths right now. And I had started another poncho as well. Excuse me, another one of my patterns that I still haven't typed up yet. Like I said, it's been crazy busy here, so I will hopefully get that typed up once things calm down a little bit. So I also need to take pictures of it still. So, but anyways, needless to say, I had started making another poncho for someone that I wanted to gift as a gift, but for their birthday. But I started and I did, I think, 10 rounds, and it's just sitting in my craft room now because I haven't felt like doing it. So that's it. But yeah, so that was the only thing else I've been working on. Even then, I haven't done a whole lot on it, so I didn't even bring it upstairs to show you guys. So I will just jump right into acquisitions. So I will show you what I bought yesterday first. So I had seen on some of the Facebook pages that I'm on, like Crochet Crowd. There's a couple I'm on, I can't remember. Anyways, that some people were finding, might have been Bag O Day crochet group too, I can't remember. But anyways, they had been finding clearance yarn at Walmart. Now most of the ones I saw were from the United States. And in Canada, I don't know. They don't tend to mark when their stuff's on clearance. You have to go and scan it. So that's what I did yesterday. And I didn't go crazy, because we're trying to budget a little bit better. So I allowed myself to buy these because they were on clearance. So at my Walmart, it's a bit of a disaster, and I know a lot of people have problems with their Walmarts, but there's like 3 end caps, and there's display boxes for yarn, and most of them say like Mandala, or there was Bernat Velvet, and there's just different kinds of yarns just kind of shoved into those. They're like heaping, and you have to go through them. But I saw one color and I was really drawn to it, and so I grabbed it and I was like, I'm gonna go scan it, see if it's on sale, just to see, because I knew that, and it's a mandala. I knew some people had been getting them on sale or on clearance, and they were. So in Canada we spend, I want to say, about $8 per mandala cake, and they were on sale for $3. So I bought 3 because I knew what I wanted to make with it. So I bought 3 of the Pegasus. Just trying to get the color. You get the idea. I'm sure you guys have seen this color before, but it's really pretty. And 590 yards for $3. So I bought 3 because I'm thinking of making a virus shawl perhaps for myself. So 3 mandalas. So basically I got 3 for the price of 1, ish plus $1. So, and my husband and I are both bargain hunters. Like, if we can wait for something to come on sale, we will. So when he came home, I couldn't wait. I asked him, how much do you think I paid for each of these? And I said they were on sale, and he knew how much they were roughly. Full price, and he's like, oh, $5. And I was like, nope, $3. So he was even he was like, what, that's crazy. So yeah, I got to, now I had to dig to find 3 of the same color, and they did have other colors, but they had, I can't even remember the names. But yeah, they had other colors, but this one was the one that I really liked. And I wasn't going to go crazy and try and dig it out and get other colors. Because like I said, we're on a bit of a budget right now. And so clearance yarns are great. So yeah. So that's what I bought. That's the only thing I bought. But last Thursday, so a week ago, was actually my 25th birthday. And I was gonna come on here and show you guys what I got for my birthday on my birthday, but we had just come back from a family cottage, so I was exhausted. So that didn't end up happening, but I will show you today. So I'll show you what my mom and dad gave me first. And it made me laugh because I had seen this at Walmart back in the end of April, because my mom joked and told my husband to buy it for me for Mother's Day. I don't have children, I have fur babies, so he didn't get it for me, but I didn't expect him to. But anyways, I had seen it and I thought it was super cute. So it is it is actually, you put plants in it, but my mom had tucked 4 little skeins of Bernat Handicrafter cotton in there. So I used 2 of them already. So it has spots, and I'm actually probably going to keep putting yarn in it, and I will put it, once my craft room's cleaned up, I will put it in my craft room. But I just thought it was so cute. Because I was like, oh, maybe I'll put fake flowers in it. And my mom said she had bought it to put in my craft room. So that's where it's going to go. So yeah, and then there was 4 of these, and I will just read you out this one feels really quite thin. Well, I guess they're both about the same. But yeah, so that'll be in my craft room. Just gonna leave it out for now. So she gave me 2 of this color. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see the color better. There you go, a little better. So this is the Handicrafter cotton. It's a worsted weight, 100% cotton. They're 68 yards, and these ones run pretty cheap. I think she got them for about $2 each. The Estelle ones I buy are about $3. And this one is called Summer Print. So, it's very hard. I don't want you to see my face. It's that. So I had gotten 2 of those, but I already used one. And then this one was the purpley one. There you go. That's pretty good. I really liked this color. It's called Purple Perk Ombre. And again, it's the same, 68 yards. There's a free pattern on the label. It just looks like the linen stitch or the moss stitch. So yeah, so she got me 4 of those, which I thought was really funny. I've never, because she knew I was making those dishcloths, and I don't know if it was a hint because she wants some, but I might have to make her some. But yeah, so that's what my mom and dad got me for my birthday. And I just have to give a a big shout out to my husband. Sorry, I'm looking at the gift he gave me. A shout out to my husband because when it comes to picking yarns and stuff, he doesn't tend to do that. And when he said he didn't know what to get me for my birthday, all I told him was go to the yarn store, go to our local yarn store. They know me there. Go there and either ask them what they have that they think I would like, or just go in and pick stuff. I'm like, I like everything in that store. You pretty much can't buy anything I won't like. So he ended up doing that. And I'm very impressed with what he picked. They're not colors I would buy typically for myself, but they're definitely colors that make me think of him. So let me just pull them all out of the bag so I can show you everything he bought me. So first, one thing that surprised me is he bought me some buttons because he knows I like buttons, like I said in my last episode. So he bought me these ones. And they're really pretty. See if I can get closer. So yeah, he bought me these ones. And then these ones are very cute. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these buttons yet, but I'll put them in my collection. But these ones, I don't know if you can see, they have little cats engraved. Well, I'm not sure if they're engraved. Kind of engraved. But yeah, they're so cute, and that surprised me. I was not expecting, well, I wasn't expecting anything he got me, but I was definitely not expecting the buttons. So that was a nice surprise. And then he bought this, and it is Estelle. It's Rainbow Autumn. I will just read you the information. It's 50% cotton, 50% wool. It's really squishy. 200 grams, there's 280 meters, so I'm not sure what that comes up to in yards. And there is no color, it's just, it says color 00. And this one definitely makes me think of him. And he bought this one because there's a pattern on the label. It's knitting, but I can do the knitting pattern, so it's this. It's so pretty. So it's like blacks and grays and white. And yeah, it's so pretty. I've always wanted a cake like this, but I never wanted to buy one. I never purchased one for myself. I'm not sure how much they run for in price. I think they're a little bit more expensive because they are 50% wool, but they are so pretty. And if you guys know me, I'm really into like really bright colors, and like pink's my favorite color, so, but this one is, it's beautiful. If I can get it closer, you guys. Yeah. Black, my husband's favorite colors are black, red, and white. No, black and white are technically shades, but those are his favorite colors. So this is just perfect. And I'll show you the label so you can see. Estelle Rainbow Autumn. So yeah, that's one. And then these two are both the same, and I've never seen this yarn at my local yarn store, so it must have been pretty new. And it's Malabrigo. I love Malabrigo yarn. It's pure merino superwash. There's 210 yards, and made in Peru. And this color is called Sunset. So the light might blow out the color, but it's like, that's not even there. That's pretty close. It's almost like a coppery orange, definitely like copper. So he got me 2 of those. So the funny thing is, back in December, we had went away, not far, like an hour away from where we live, and we stayed at a resort, and we went to a yarn store not too far from there, and they had this one yarn, and he fell in love with it, and he didn't want me to make something for him. He wanted me to make something for myself with it. So I bought it and I made a hat, which I think you guys have seen. And it's one of my absolute favorite hats that I've made. And the colors are very, very similar to this one. The hat I made is like this color in gray. So I'm thinking I'll probably make a cowl to match my hat for the winter. But they are just so pretty, and oh, the Malabrigo is so soft. So yeah, that's what my hubby got me for my birthday. I felt very loved, and he's so funny because he gets nervous when he gives me birthday gifts and Christmas gifts because he's always worried I'll hate them, which I never do. And so he always stresses out about it, which he really shouldn't, but he did good, and I appreciate it. I appreciate what my parents gave me, and yeah, I had a very good birthday. So it was pretty quiet because we spent a lot of the day on the road coming back from the cottage, but it was nice on my birthday. It was sunny, it was pretty warm, so yeah, it was a good day. But yeah, anyways guys, that is all I have to show you today. Yeah. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!